Hi, I'm Kyle Pennypacker, and welcome back to Penny Prepper. Today, we're going to be covering the topic of talking prepper. Today's topic is important because you need to know how to talk to people about prepping in a way that won't make you seem crazy, won't make others feel uncomfortable, and still gets your point across. Like I said, today's video is about the subtle art of talking about prepping, survivalism, and emergency preparedness without friends, coworkers, family, and even your spouse thinking that you've gone off the deep end. First and foremost, being humble in your preparations as well as property for the same reason you don't gloat on social media about the expensive new TV, iPad, PlayStation 5 you just bought for yourself right before a 3-week vacation out of the country. You want to make sure to maintain OPSEC, operational security, which, when you boil it down, it's just making sure that you don't give away too much important information and don't let others know what they can take from you if they're willing to do so. Now, you may be thinking, I'm quite the hypocrite after making a YouTube channel telling people about prepping. While, yes, you are right in certain aspects, I'm also not going to be telling you how much, where at, or my total level of preps. I believe you can still teach others the skills and information they need to succeed without directly gloating or showing them everything that you have. You'll never know how much, where I keep, or the true depth of my preps. I would never go through all my food, all my storage, all my alternate utilities, or my actual bug out or bug in plans. I will give you the knowledge that you need and can use to do it yourself, because my plan may not even be the best for you. The first step in speaking with anyone about prepping is to gauge their interest. If you start to talk about the outdoors, camping, homesteading, and they don't show genuine interest, chances are you could tell them you build a 50,000 square foot bunker and just purchased a 50 caliber Barrett, and they wouldn't be impressed. Or worse, they're going to think you're crazy. Why would you waste telling these people about any of your preps, knowing that they don't care about it now, but when things go south, they'll probably be the first ones knocking on your door to ask you for whatever food you told them about. Going camping and hiking are a great way to test your preps, and if you bring some stuff or people along, you'll likely expose them to some of the things that you have. But never let anyone know your entire plan, exact numbers, or location. It's fine to let some things be known, but others should just be for you. The show Doomsday Preppers, social media, mainstream media, and polarized politics make preppers seem like conspiracy theorists. Remember, people are afraid of the things that they don't know and what they cannot control. Someone who's unprepared will be scared of any facts you throw out to them or even questioning the main narrative. A great example of this is a newer movie you may have seen on Netflix called Don't Look Up. You can literally show people that the sky is falling, and as long as the news and government tell them otherwise, they'll believe that source. Obviously, I'm not trying to get into any type of political boxing match here, and I won't be saying what my political affiliation is. However, politics do play a very important role in the before, during, and after of an emergency. No use in stirring the pot because that draws attention. If someone does show an interest, it's good to warm them into some ideas. Maybe see if they would like to go on a hike. Take them to the range. Maybe tell them that you have an MRE and share it with them. See what their reaction is. Remember that this is a chance to teach, mentor, and gain an ally. You can easily turn somebody off from the idea of prepping by making yourself sound like a nut. Don't go right into telling them something like, hey, did you know that you can recycle your urine and drink it? Maybe start off small by showing them a nifty gadget you have, or maybe bringing up the latest emergency in the country and seeing what their thought is on it, and if they have any ideas of their own preparations. For example, the winter storms that Texas had in 2021. You could bring that up and ask if they would know what to do if the grid went down during a winter emergency. Even sending them to a link for a cool YouTuber that's up and coming and see what they think of it. Some alternatives to using triggering words, such as instead of calling it a bunker, you can call it a wine cellar. Instead of bugging out, refer to it as an emergency evacuation plan, or if you really want to fly under the radar, a day trip. Instead of calling yourself a prepper, survivalist, you can refer to yourself as a homesteader, or just say that you're into emergency preparedness. Off-grid would now become self-reliant. Some normal words in the prepping community cause people to automatically jump to the worst case, such as guns and ammo. If you're talking to somebody you know well around somebody who is anti-gun, you can call it a wireless hole punch or freedom seeds. It all depends on your audience, where you are, and your ability to fly under the radar. Speaking in code can be funny and also be a great way not to cause confrontation. Ask the big questions. Only those who you want to include in your preps or mutual assistance groups, a MAG, should even know that you are a prepper. Nobody should have any idea of how much and where your preps are. Oversharing can compromise security for you and your family. Undershare your locations, plans, amount, and things you can overshare are going to be things like security. Security is the one prep that it's good to tell somebody you have too much of. Don't give specific details, but make your home seem like an impenetrable fortress. Myself, for example, I have an alarm system with plenty of camera coverage from every angle on my property. Plus, I also have 24-hour monitoring and can even use my smoke detectors with the alarm system. Security is something you can never have too much of, but also remember that being humble in most areas of prepping is a sound tactical move. I would challenge you to attempt to speak with at least 2 or 3 family members or friends about prepping. Start by talking about emergency plans. It might be a good idea to bring up the topic of winter storms if you live in the north. Also, referencing something like PEMA's emergency guide, that's Pennsylvania Emergency Management Agency's guide. This would be a great way to see who would be interested and to what level. Maybe ask if you could include them on your evacuation route to stop for some supplies, and if they want to stop with you during an emergency that they have. That's all I have for today's video. See you next time, and as always, stay safe and stay prepared.